watching videos, uh, reading press releases, uh, following up on blogs and these chat rooms and figuring out, who's saying what, and then not just, you know, taking it, for the truth, but to just dig deeper. And, so I decided that I was going to get serious about this and I wanted to set up a portfolio. Obviously, you're not going to put all your eggs into one basket. And, you start looking and understand, that what is happening here is absolutely a true blessing from God. It is a miracle that has happened because, in essence, if you play the Powerball, right, and there's how many numbers? Like six numbers, and I think the odds are like 1 in 192 million or something like that. Okay, what are the odds? Okay, you got to understand the stock market. There's not six numbers. There's tens of thousands of companies. So literally the combinations of finding the portfolio that works is in the trillions. Okay? So so the bottom line is that I wanted to build a portfolio of companies, and I started doing the research. Well, the first company that came across as I was researching was Medical Marijuana Inc. I think they're based out of San Diego, California, and their stock symbol was MJNA. Don't buy it. Don't buy MJNA. Right now, I've realized that this stock is being diluted. It appears to be diluted, where the companies, what they do in Pennyland, in the OTC, over-the-counter market, is that these companies are startup companies. So what they do is they authorize so many shares. Okay, so let's say they have 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion shares. Well, the corporate, they actually take some of those shares, or a lot of those shares, and sell them into the market. Okay, when they sell them into the market, they make money for purposes of having that monthly income to move forward with their company. It's called dilution. Okay, but when they sell those shares into the market, okay, then it's not good for the shareholders. Okay, it dilutes the stock out, and now your stock is not worth as much. Where on the opposite end, where you have a company, so I'm sure you've heard of a company that says, "Hey, we're buying back our shares." That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Because they see there's potential in their company. They see they're moving in the right direction. They're like, no, 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 no. We want to buy back our shares because we want to have them to sell higher. Okay. Well, when they buy back those shares are taken out of the system. Okay, out of the trading shares, and then sometimes they're just retired or they're locked up for a certain period of time, and so that's a benefit. So I mentioned Medical Marijuana Inc. just because this was the first company that I decided to invest in, and then eventually it led me to other things, and then I pulled my investment from that because I considered it, dead money, kind of like money in a savings account that's going to make you 0.25%, right? So, I transferred that money, and I saw that, there was, let's say, a train station, but there was 10 tracks, and there's all these trains, and they're moving, but all of a sudden you see a couple of these trains moving faster and faster and faster, and those are the money trains, right? So you decide, okay, wait, I'm going to shift from this train to this train. You got to follow the money. You got to understand when you do your research, what's happening here from a financial standpoint, okay, what the company is doing in regards to revenues, and then also a technical standpoint. So over the years, I have taught myself how to read stock charts. That's the technicals. Some people actually trade on technicals alone. They'll look at the way a chart, okay, they look at the volume, they look at the stochastics, they look at the RSI, the money flow index, okay, they look at the Bollinger Bands, they look at all these things where if you know how to read a chart, You can actually, in some cases, trade a stock according to the way that moves. However, I took kind of a mix. I said, you know what? I'm going to look at the financials and the technicals, put them together, okay? Plus the press releases that are coming out, the new news, the latest news, put it all together and make my decisions, okay? And that's where I've been blessed. I've just been able to, in essence, I say crack the code. And when I say crack the code, well, you know what? The average person in the stock market is earning about 7 to 8% a year at the end of the year, okay? And if your financial advisor makes you 15 or 20% in a year, he's a hero. It's like, man, thanks a lot. You're doing great for me, you know? Because if you look at the percentage on your interest and the loans and all that, 20%, you're paying that, plus you've got some, right? Well, when you start seeing thousands of percent, okay, being made, then you realize you're onto something pretty hot, okay? This is a sector not to be ignored. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, okay? This is kind of like the gold rush, but the new rush is the green rush, the marijuana rush, okay? And it doesn't come around every decade. Back in the day, it was the dot-com boom, right? Technology, Apple and Facebook and, you go on and on and on of the thousands of companies. A lot of them didn't make it, but some made it really big. And if you invested in Apple, back then, you're set.
Yep.
You're done. Well, this isn't the dot-com boom. This is the pot bong boom. Okay? This is the new gold rush. Okay? This is the new dot-com boom. The pot bong boom. Okay? So anyways, I've got experience in the network marketing industry. Okay? 22 years of experience. And in that 22 years, and when I say network marketing, it's, you talk about Amway, Herbalife, Melaleuca, Avon. I mean, on and on and on. And over the years, people say, oh, you're in one of those pyramid schemes. I'm like, no. I don't think you understand. This isn't a pyramid scheme. These are legitimate businesses, okay? Billionaires, not millionaires. Billionaires have been created. Multiple billionaires had been created in this industry, okay, on products that are making a significant difference in people's lives, okay, and this is real business. In essence, I was with a company by the name of Melaleuca, and for 14 years, tea tree oil. Tea tree oil, very healthy, okay, has medicinal purpose, and they've written books, hundreds of pages on the uses of tea tree oil, Melaleuca, okay? Well, over the years, as I was involved, and we did well. Every month they would send us the report, a magazine, okay, with all the new leaders and people moving up in the company and new research on tea tree oil, but also they would show, hey, we've done $50 million in business this month. The next month you receive the magazine, now they're at 75 million. Well, then 135 million, then 300 million, then 500 million. And I'm watching this over the years happen before my eyes as I'm working the program and they're bringing in more people and people are excited and their lives are changing. And I'm like, wait a minute. From 50 million, now this company is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And Frank Vandersloot, the president of the company, the last I looked up, he was the wealthiest man in Utah. Because I was researching the wealthiest man in each state of the United States. I'm like, I know that guy. Okay? So, come to find out, there is a company by the name of, is a network marketing company that sells CBD products. CBD oil, CBD creams, CBD tinctures. They're even selling CBD clothes, hemp clothing. And believe it or not, why this is bigger than anything we've ever seen is it's just not marijuana. It's the hemp plant. You look at BMW. BMW is taking the hemp and using it as part of the interior structure of the car. Okay? They've got hemp clothing. They're even using it as hemp fuel. Okay? It could be the future. I don't know. On top of that, yeah, absolutely, you're going to have the segment that's going to party with it, the Cheech and Chong kind of, you know. But then the medicinal is huge, and the research has just really started. You know, I mean, there's so much more to find out on how this is going to benefit us, and the endocannabinoid system, just like our neural system, our endocrine system, you know, musculoskeletal system, we have an endocannabinoid system, and you could do your own research on that, on how these cannabidiols are beneficial for the human body in so many ways. Okay? It's an antioxidant, kind of like a vitamin C. It's an anti-inflammatory. You have arthritis, you have pain, you could take that CBD, it's beneficial, you see? So there's so many uses, but what I realize is like, okay, wait a minute here. A CBD network marketing company, it's the largest CBD network marketing company in the world. They're across the United States. They're in South America. They just opened up Europe 6 months ago. And guess probably what's next? Asia. Come on, okay? And guess who owns 100%? So, come to find out, as I'm investing in, I'm researching, and I said, listen, been there, done that. And we've discussed this in regards to why I got out of the networking marketing industry. It's because I've done well in almost everything that I got involved in, but I was never, ever really able to duplicate myself. So in a sense, I said, what is going on here? Why am I doing well? And I'm giving these meetings, and people are inviting people, and people are getting excited. They're getting involved, and then they come back, and they say, there were 3 people supposed to meet me here at the meeting, and no one showed up. And I realized there's one missing factor, and that was credibility. Everyone thinks they have credibility, but in reality, the majority of the people just don't. And they go talk to their mom and dad, they go talk to their brother, they go talk to their cousin, their employer, their coworker, and they're laughed at. They're like, yeah, whatever. I'm not, and they sit back like, the heck is going on? I'm trying to share with them something that can benefit them from a health standpoint, from a financial standpoint, and I'm getting shut down. So that in itself got me in a position where I said, you know what? I'm just done with this. I'm just done with this. But by the grace of God, what he gave me from it was the opportunity to realize the power, the true power of people talking to people, and the exponential growth which are building these multi-billion-dollar corporations from just a small group of people to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of reps around the world going to work and doing, you know, so whether they're making a lot of money or not, so on the average maybe they're making $300, $400 a month for some people. That's life-changing. And then there's some people in network marketing that are literally making $1 million or more every single month. Okay, why? They were one of the first on board. They saw it. So, you know, I understood the industry. I saw, and all of a sudden I'm reading an article, and what comes across is we've got a new product. And these products are called Why Drink a Monster Energy Drink or a Red Bull, which I was drinking a lot of that, and turns out that, you know, you drink enough of it, it's going to shut your liver down. Yeah. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things in there that, you know, that are healthy, but then, you know, I learned that, you know, it was giving me energy, but kind of bogging me down over time, because when you're drinking 2 a day, it's like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm not going there. But the bottom line is that these energy chews, you pop one, you get the antioxidant effect, anti-inflammatory effect, a little caffeine in there, you know, you're ready to go. Let's start today, you know. So they have multiple flavors, some with caffeine, some without caffeine. Some with a little CBD, some with a little bit more CBD. So they've got multiple brands, multiple flavors. Very nice. So I started doing the research, and I said, okay, this is